Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping straight into a complete end-to-end journey on mastering Camtasia 2026. Look, if you've ever felt completely bogged down by dense, technical jargon or those overly complicated editing interfaces, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to break this powerful tool down and take you from absolute beginner to confident pro, step by step.
I want to ground our explainer today with this really empowering ethos from our source material at Ferret's Solution, together to achieve your goals. Because honestly, at the end of the day, video editing isn't just about endlessly clicking buttons. It's about successfully sharing your knowledge, communicating your ideas, and actually hitting those creative or professional goals you've set for yourself. The software, well, that's just the bridge to get you there.
So, what's the actual deal with the 2026 version of Camtasia? Its core value proposition is that it's this incredibly powerful, yet surprisingly user-friendly screen recorder and video editor. It's purpose-built to help you create professional tutorials, YouTube content, and e-learning courses all inside one intuitive platform. You don't need to juggle a recording app over here and an editing app over there. Plus, the 2026 version comes fully loaded with some mind-blowing AI tools that we'll dig into in just a second.
Okay, let's take a quick look at our roadmap today. We'll be covering setup and record, the core editing timeline, audio and visual polish, advanced workflows, and finally, export and share.
Section 1. Setup and record, your first steps into production.
What's really great here is how the software scales right alongside your skills. Starting out with basic recording, you just select a custom screen region, flick on your webcam and mic, and hit the F9 shortcut to start or stop. It's that easy. But then, as you start leveling up, the advanced options are right there waiting for you. We're talking multi-monitor support, collaborative recording features, and even completely seamless Zoom imports. It literally grows with you.
Now here is a massive time saver for 2026 called Camtasia Rev. This feature provides instant professional polish the exact second you finish recording. It automatically suggests the best visual layouts and applies AI noise removal right there on the canvas. So huge pro tip for you. Utilizing Rev lets you completely skip all those tedious manual layout tweaks. You don't have to fiddle with resizing windows or unpacking media. It just looks fantastic immediately.
And that actually brings us to the absolutely ideal workflow. It is a super straightforward 5-step process. You record your content, apply a Rev layout, make your basic cuts, drop in your titles, and export. It just goes to show that cranking out your first high-quality project isn't some huge mountain you have to climb. It really is a simple, highly repeatable process.
Section 2. Core Editing Timeline. Building your masterpiece.
Let's talk about the heart of the editor, the timeline. There are 3 essential concepts you really need to grasp here. First, cut, split, and trim to ditch your mistakes. Then, ripple edit and extend frame. These are absolute lifesavers for making adjustments without leaving those awkward, blocky black gaps in your footage. And finally, tracks and layers to lock, mute, and organize everything. Seriously, master just these 3 tools, and you've essentially solved 90% of your daily editing headaches.
Okay, you're gonna love this next 2026 update. Camtasia now integrates fully with Audiate. This means you can literally edit your video by simply deleting words from an automatically generated text transcript. Yeah, you heard me right. No more squinting at a timeline trying to find a tiny spike in an audio waveform. You just highlight the text, hit delete on your flubs, and the video cuts itself. It completely revolutionizes your editing speed.
Section 3. Audio and visual polish, enhancing the viewer experience.
Let's dive into some advanced 2026 cursor effects, which are honestly so cool. We've got the kinetic cursor for adding leading lines, motion blur for buttery smooth interactions, and cursor elevation to give realistic depth. Now, you might be wondering, why does cursor depth even matter? Well, adding that realistic movement keeps your viewer perfectly glued to your tutorial steps. There's zero confusion about where they should be looking.
And speaking of keeping attention exactly where it belongs, check out Smart Focus. It automatically, or manually if you prefer, applies zooms and pans directly to your footage. It's basically like having a virtual camera operator inside your software. It takes a completely static, kind of boring screen recording and instantly makes it feel dynamic, cinematic, and so much more engaging to watch.
Moving over to audio, we see a very similar glow-up. Basic audio is exactly what you'd expect. Splitting tracks, basic volume tweaks, simple fades. But advanced audio? The real standout here is the new 2026 AI noise removal. It is a literal game changer.
With just one click on your timeline, it instantly wipes out background distractions. We're talking computer fans, hums, traffic outside your window, leaving you with crisp, studio-quality sound.
Before we wrap up the polish phase, we absolutely have to talk about dynamic captions. They're auto-generated, super easy to style, and, let's be real, adding captions isn't just a fun extra anymore. It is a non-negotiable best practice for accessibility and for how people consume content on their phones today. The best part? It's completely effortless now. Just drag and drop it onto the timeline, and you're good to go.
Section 4. Advanced Workflows. Scaling your production value. This software is practically a chameleon. It completely adapts to your ultimate goals. If you're building e-learning modules, it's got you covered with interactive quizzes and full SCORM compliance, so it talks perfectly to your learning management system. Pivoting to YouTube, you can zero in on vertical formats and audience retention tools. Or if you're wrangling a team, you can lock in consistent branding using strict project templates. It seamlessly fits whatever workflow you throw at it.
I want to offer a bit of reassurance here with a practical learning timeline straight from our source material. On day 1, don't overthink it. Just aim for a simple 5-minute tutorial. By week 2, maybe stretch yourself and build a full course module. And by month 3, you'll be dropping highly polished marketing videos. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Build your confidence progressively, and you'll master this without the burnout.
Finally, Section 5. Export and share. Delivering your video to the world.
Okay, consider these your insider production secrets to ensure all your hard editing work actually pays off. First, always render at the highest quality for your personal archives. Second, export as an MP4. It's highly recommended for universal compatibility. Third, if you built those interactive quizzes, make sure you enable the Smart Player. Fourth, use batch production if you need a bunch of different formats. And lastly, test your playback on your target platforms before you hit publish. It guarantees your file looks flawless out in the wild.
So, we've tackled the setup, mastered the timeline, added our polish, explored the advanced workflows, and nailed the export. Which really just leaves us with one incredibly important question. Are you ready to start your first recording today? Seriously, I challenge you to take everything we've unpacked in this explainer and apply it immediately to your very first project. No more waiting around.
I really hope you're feeling fired up and empowered to start creating some truly amazing content. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this journey from beginner to pro today. For more, visit our website, Fair Solution. Keep learning, keep creating, and I'll catch you in the next one.